two of my favorite things ever combined into one right here in this box. We have UMX planes and we have an F-86. Now this is super cool. It's the brand new plane by E-Flite. F-86 is, for me, iconic airplane. I really like these things. Let's open it up. Now when you buy it, this is exactly how it comes, set up already. And Horizon Hobby did send me this as an early release. Now there's a little bit of a rule getting an early release plane, and it's not an actual rule by Horizon Hobby, but more us content creators. When you get a plane early release, you want to do the review before you do anything stupid. Me being who I am, I decided to take this thing out in front of my house. Luckily, Cheyenne was filming it for me. And I had a little bit of nerves knowing that I probably shouldn't be doing it before my review. And I came in a little crazy, and as you see, I flipped over, scratched that up right there. I kind of ripped the tail off. I'm going to bow my head for a second and show you that video right here. Now, one of the main reasons I'm loving the UMXs is obviously you could fly them just about anywhere. I'm not telling you guys to go fly in front of your house. I just like to do that. But with the new remote ID rule, any plane over 250 grams is going to require you to have that little module that tells the FAA exactly where you are, how fast you're flying, how high you're flying at all times. This is 177 grams flying weight, I'm pretty sure. And it's an EDF 30mm fin on 4S, which is crazy. Now, this is the first plane that calls for this size. It's a 450 milliamp 4S pack with the little, what is that, a XT2 or a IC2, whatever they're going to call that. So we're going to have a lot of power coming out of this thing. And how is that going to fit in a little plane like this? Well, Horizon Hobby went. They made this canopy plastic, and it's hollow on the inside. We got some big magnets, and it sits right up front. Very cool. Now this plane comes with safe AS3X right out of the box, so you're going to set it up exactly the way the manual tells you to. Now, let me show you here. Just like that. I'm not even going to connect it yet, but you would think there's no way this canopy is going to fit. It actually fits perfect. And that's it. If you want to do dual rates, it's going to have you do 100% on high rate, 10% expo. If you're going to do a low rate, it's going to be 70% with 5% expo. I just have 100%, and I do have safe set up to my C switch, which there's a reason for that. So before I do anything, it is windy out here, and I want to do a new segment. It's going to be the weather, so I'm going to show you that on the screen. Compared to what we've been flying in, 48 degrees feels like a summer day. So we're going to have decent discharge on these battery packs. The wind, however, for a UMX, 7 miles an hour, constant 16 gust. It actually feels like a lot more, which you'll hear later in the video. And now that you see it's actually pretty windy out here, what I want to do for the first flight, first battery, I'm going to do no safe. I'm going to fly this thing just the way I would typically fly it, right? We're going to have some fun. We're going to see what it could do, show you kind of some speed passes, some slow flight. And then the second time I fly the new battery, I want to show you what my hands do. I also want to show you the perks of having safe and what safe can prevent you from doing, and also how it can teach you and help you progress in the hobby. So first things first, we got the battery in. My safe is off, and I was holding the plane, so it didn't initialize. Let's give that gyro a second to initialize if the wind calms down.
A few moments later.
Why is it not initial? There it goes. There it goes. All right. Now, before we send this thing, it is long linear servo, so it does have a lot of throw in these things. The elevator is good. The only thing, the ailerons, that is 100%, but that's how they have it set. So those might not be long. But anyway, let's see, man. No safe. Let's get this thing in the air. F-86, we're taking off into the wind. Oh, I lost the wheel? Alright, so I'm about 50% throttle right there. It definitely feels the bumps. AS3X is helping though. Now I hope you guys can hear that. I think it's, I forget, 8,000 kV motor or something like that. Super high revving, which you need with a little EDF because it's got to create that power. 4S, nice vertical performance. Plenty of throw on everything. And it looks so good in the air, man. It really does. I know it's small, so it's probably hard for her to catch. It's right there. It was about 30% throttle. I'm liking it. Let's go, nice back loop here. Nice big loop. Not my best loop. Not my best loop. Nice inverted flight. Doesn't really change the flight characteristics right side up or upside down, which is good. That means the CG is perfect. I'm over the head. I'm sorry for that.
I can't see you. I can't even find you.
Now, this is definitely not a traditional UMX, man. 4S, it's an EDF. You know, I think Horizon's really thinking outside the box these days, and I'm loving that with them. You know, it's getting more and more difficult to find places to fly. So when you're able to get a micro size or a UMX size plane that has similar performance to a big plane and do, you know, exactly what they're doing, fair price point, I just think it's a solid unit. So unfortunately, I did lose that wheel on takeoff. But that's another good thing about this plane. So I did fly this off of grass. If you want to take that landing gear off, you can, and you could belly land this thing, which I'm probably going to do for the second battery pack. Here's what I'm going to do. We're going to do 2 passes. We're going to do a nice speed pass. Now this one's into the wind. So I'm coming around and power's coming on. It's got nice performance, man. Now I'm going to do another one with the wind. So like I said, we do have a nice amount of wind out here right now. Let's jam the sticks. They didn't really do much. So it's got a lot of rudder. You know, you can do a nice rudder turn. That was a straight rudder turn. I'll do it again this way. They had a little power at the top there to help it come over. And guys, you know, I got to keep a little more power on than you normally would have to because it's windy out, but this does fly pretty good slow. So you see it bopping around a little bit. AS3X is working real hard right now. But yeah, man, she flies good. Coming up on my 4-minute mark. I gotta really figure out how long we can fly. The first time I flew this was in front of my house. I only had it up for about a minute. So let's bring this thing in. Try to land it nice and easy, missing that landing gear. All right, not bad. Not bad. Now let's try to find that wheel. So I found my wheel. Kind of bummed out. That little grommet right there that holds it on must have fell off. Not sure how that happened. But, you know, I could take the landing gear off, but I would really scratch this thing up. So I don't want to do that because I'm not flying off of grass. So what I'll do is I'll hand throw it, and then I'll just land it again the way I did. Now, before I put the other battery in, I'm going to show you how safe works. So right now, if I go, let's say I go left, I have full control. The plane's going to go all the way. Same thing. If I go full elevator, I'm able to do the loops and stuff I was doing. When you have safe on, now I go left, you'll see those ailerons level out. So that's my bank limit. So it's not going to let me go past that point. Same thing with the elevator. So it's not going to let me go past that point. And also, if I let go of the sticks, it's automatically going to bring the plane back to level. So if I'm upside down or something flying with safe off and I'm doing some tricks and I lose orientation, if I just hit safe, that plane is going to come around and bring itself back to level. So I'm going to show you all that. I'm going to show you my hands on the screen with a different camera. And we're going to have some fun with safe on and off and show you how to progress with a plane like this. So let's get the other battery in and let's get this thing back in the air. So before I put the new battery in, I was in the air for just about 4 minutes, moderate on the throttle, a couple of high-speed passes and stuff. We're at 3.745 volts per cell at 4 minutes. So I would say comfortably 4 minutes is a good mark to fly this. If you're a little less on the throttle, you'll get 5 minutes, which isn't bad for a 30 millimeter EDF running on 4S. I think that's actually pretty good. 4 minutes on a jet is, you know, that's a good mark. You know, a lot of these bigger jets and stuff, when we're heavy on the throttle, we're lucky to get 3 minutes out of them. So let's get this battery in and we'll get it back up. We're going to take off with safe on, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what my hands do. So safe is on. Again, I lost the wheel, so we're hand throwing this into the wind. And we're up. Now, safe is a beautiful thing, guys. So I'm coming around, and I'm going to show you. I'm literally going to let go of the sticks. I'm going to leave it about half throttle. There it is. She's flying. So as long as you have control of the throttle, a little bit of throttle on there, no matter what happens, you let go of them sticks, the plane will fly itself. Now again, if you're off the throttle, there's not enough air moving over those wings, you will come into a stall. Now, this right here is my safe switch. So I'm gonna shut it off, and I'm gonna show you why I like safe so much. So somebody that's just starting out, right? You get it in the air with safe, now you shut it off. Now you have full control of this airplane. You can do some rolls, you can do whatever you want. If you lose orientation, boom, hit that. As long as you have throttle, levels out. See what I did there? Let's do that again. So you're coming in, safe's off. I just shut it off. We're in the air, oh my God, I don't know which way it is. Hit that switch, levels out. Beautiful thing. That's the technology behind this is great. Everybody, oh, you shouldn't fly with gyros, you shouldn't do this. It's really just to teach you, it's off again. It's to teach you, how to get more comfortable flying, where if you think you're gonna crash, hit that switch, levels out. And as long as you got a little throttle on, you're in good shape. I know I'm kind of all over the place, so bear with me and my camera woman. Now I'm shutting it off again. Let's go full upside down, right? You're flying upside down, hit that switch, levels out. And that, my friends, is why I'm loving this. And, I tell people, if you're just getting started, fly with a gyro. The buddy box thing is a little old school for me. As long as you have somebody at the field maybe to kind of guide you a little bit on flight with a gyro, I think that's better than flying buddy box these days, to be honest with you. That's my opinion. I know a lot of you guys are going to come for me in the comments over that. Now the gyro's still on. What am I, 40% throttle? What a good looking plane too. I'm loving the way this thing looks. I'm a big F-86 fan. And again, we don't have to follow the RID rules. Remote ID is obsolete with a plane of this size, which is great. I really wish I could do some touch and goes. Kind of bummed out. Got that wheel, super easy fix. I just don't have a toolbox with me. Let's see if I can touch. Let's see if I can touch. Hey, we did it. Again, safe is off, so I just shut it off. You guys are flying around, upside down, hit it, levels out. Beautiful. Let's do that right in front of me. Shai, are you able to see that while I'm doing it?
Mm-hmm.
We're coming in a loop, right? We're losing it, levels out. We're diving, we're losing it, hit the switch, levels out. So it always brings it back to level, and that's what's great. A lot of people too think it's either gyro on or gyro off. No, you could hit that thing at any time during flight. I love this thing, I really do. I think they knocked it out of the park. UMX F-86 on 4S is nothing better. Look at that. It's got great performance too. That little 4S motor screams. She's a rocking and she's a rolling. All right, we're coming up on that 4-minute mark, so we're gonna bring it in. This time I'm gonna land with safe on, show you how easy it is. You guys can see my hands on the screen. So it automatically levels those wings, right? So we're gonna steer with our rudder. That's a little hot. Let's circle around. She glides nice, man. Even missing that piece on the tail. Not used to landing with safe on, so bear with me here. All elevator, little rudder. Oop, too much elevator. Hey, oh, with the bounce. Oh, she's in one piece, and that's always good for a maiden. That was exactly 4 minutes, 3 minutes and 51 seconds. The UMX F-86 is top tier in my books, man. Again, big fan of this, big fan of UMX's. Horizon Hobby is knocking it out of the park with these things. If you're gonna ask me if you can run 3S in this, I'll say probably not. I think it needs that 4S to have the power, to push the EDF. It's a very small, 30mm is a very small EDF, guys. So I think it flies perfect just the way they have it. I'm a big fan of this thing. As always, if you guys are interested in this, the link is down below. And I appreciate you watching. Until next time.